Sometimes an officer's ability to track a suspect, identify a crime in progress, or even locate a distressed citizen in need of help is limited simply by poor lighting conditions. Fortunately, in these circumstances, officers can fall back on the image-intensifying technology of night vision and the energy detection abilities of thermal imaging. Let's go to Officers Aaron White and Kevin Rofidal, who will explain how these law enforcement tools work and how they might be applied in the field.
Thanks, Brian. I'm at the police department today, and I'm once again joined by Officer Kevin Rofidal, our training officer at the police department. Kevin, thanks for being back on the show.
You're welcome.
We've also bringing back the Bearcat. The Bearcat's been featured in a previous show. Kind of a cool piece of equipment people always gravitate towards when we have it at events and whatnot. I guess we'll integrate that into our conversation a little bit. But you are wrapping up your term here as training officer beginning in January. You are being promoted to sergeant. Congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
And I guess the big news for you is going straight to night shift. How do you feel about that?
Going back to nights. I spent 14 years on nights, so I'm just going back to where I was.
So that's the perfect way to lead into our topic today, which is all about seeing in the dark. We want to learn a little bit about equipment we're using at the police department to kind of defeat darkness and some tools to do that. So let's start with night vision. Can you tell us what is night vision? Show us some of the equipment.
Yeah, I've got a unit right here. Night vision is an image intensifier. It takes some of the ambient light in the air, whether it be street lights, lights from houses, starlight, and it intensifies that light so that it's easier for us to see. So what we see during the daytime is what we see at nighttime. And this right here is a unit, this model is called a PVS-14. It's a monocular, so we see with one eye when it's mounted on the helmet. This particular unit's made by a company called ITT Industries. And again, what we would see during the day is what we'd see at night. So if, for instance, we're looking for a suspect, and that suspect were, for say, hiding in a bush or a big clump of vegetation, if we couldn't see that person during the day, we can't see them at night with the night vision.
Okay. So no X-ray vision, nothing special going on here. You're basically just enhancing your own ability to see.
Correct.
Switching to another piece of gear, you also have something called a thermal imaging camera. Can you show us that and tell us kind of what the difference is with that piece of gear?
This thermal imager is a handheld thermal imager. This particular one's made by a company called Rofidal. It's called the Thermal Eye. And this handheld imager, instead of intensifying the image like the night vision, this one senses or detects energy. And most of the time it's heat, and so most people think it's a heat sensor, but it actually detects energy. And so when a person is running or hiding or conceal themselves in a car, this would be able to see into that vegetation. That the night vision would fall short. But then the other limitations is you can't see through glass. You can't see through windows with this where you could with the night vision. So they both have their applications. So if we had a dozen officers out looking for somebody, everybody would have a night vision, and one person on the team would carry this.
Sure.
And would lead the team, and so you use them together. And they just don't make anything right now that has it all built into one.
Very good, and we promised to involve the Bearcat in our conversation again. This, among its equipment, has a fixed system of sorts. Tell us about that.
Correct. Up on the top of the roof, there is an imager device mounted there with a screen mounted inside here, so the navigator inside the vehicle can operate similar to something like this, and where, in addition to looking for somebody and trying to pinpoint them, we can also clear vast areas. Sure. Where it would take anywhere from a dozen to 50 officers to clear a wooded area or a big field. We could take the imager and for the most part be able to clear that area and say nobody's in that area, let's move to different areas. Mm-hmm. Where this might not pick up, and then we can concentrate. Sure. On those areas.
Well, some tools to see in the dark, obviously an important thing for us as police officers. Kevin, thanks for your time today. Appreciate the explanation.
You're welcome.
Officer Kevin Rofidal, soon to be Sergeant Rofidal here at the Edina Police Department, and we'll return to Brian in the studio.
Thank you, Aaron.